What's up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Odule FC. Who are we? Manchester United. Now, bomb blast to do because Alexander Isak have handed in a transfer request at Newcastle. Now, that is the breaking news today that is flying everywhere. Isak handing in a transfer request. Now, I didn't see that coming, but obviously, we are here, and obviously Manchester United, after signing Mbeumo and Cunha, we are in the need of a striker. So today on social media world, the discourse has been Manchester United, why don't you go for Alexander Isak? Now on this video, I'm going to be talking about why obviously Manchester United might not be going for Isak, and the options we will get for the market, and who will be my favorite option for the striking position. Now I'll go straight ahead and tell you what I think about the Isak situation. Now I admire Isak. I very well feel Isak is currently the best striker in the world. We see what he do last season for Newcastle, tearing up matches, score Man U, score Liverpool, the champions. Obviously decisive striker, the closest. I think I will always say they're very close to a player like Thierry Henry, not for the record Thierry Henry break, but at least skill wise, you see him, he can float to the channels, he can dribble 1v1, technical ability off the roof. So Isak, now basically this is the prime Isak we are seeing at the moment, and obviously any top team should want Isak, but we very well know say the price it will pass £120 million. And very well for Manchester United, we know say what we will need to do this summer is not a one-player team. We have a lot to fix. Now, a lot of people, a lot of Manchester United fans obviously will be impatient. They will say, why not just spend all the money on Isak, spend 150 million? So people will bring an idea of paying in installment and all those facts. But the truth is that Newcastle they deal with it, plus the player handed in a transfer request. So they're going to need the money paid, whether they're going to need at least 70 to 80 million paid up front. So I don't really feel like say financially I don't think say Manchester United can do that deal for Isak, because of the fact that we get other positions to fill. Our problem not be one man. We need players, we don't need one player. That's not one reason. Another reason na the position where Manchester United play. Isak, the reason why they say he wants to move from Newcastle, not because he wants to go somewhere else and struggle. He wants to win trophy, obviously. And why would he come to Manchester United when we know they will compete for Champions League? Why? He leave a Champions League team in Newcastle to come to Manchester United not to play Champions League. That means you have to give him a salary befitting of leaving Champions League for you. I will obviously understand say Manchester United, when they try cut our salary, Rashford leaving, we not going to carry the salary give Isak. Yes, Isak is deserving of that salary because he's a very good player. But Manchester United, if not the last piece to take win cup, like say we did with Arsenal day now, it is very understandable why we should sign Isak. But we are not there. Right now, we need players first of all, we need to complete for the EPL before we go within Champions League. So for me, because of that 2 points, Isak is not visible for Manchester United. In a dream state, in a dream world, I would sign Isak for Manchester United. If I dey play FIFA, of course. But in a true life reality scenario, Isak is supposed to be going to Barcelona. Manchester United should not be in for Isak. I don't even think Isak will be looking in our way. No matter even though we can pay the money, I don't think Isak. Now I feel Isak, probably there's a way Liverpool will do it and they will get Isak. So that's by the way about the story about the Isak. Now let me talk about the 4 options that are currently left in the market, because obviously Jokeres don't go Arsenal, Ekitike don't go Liverpool. So who is left in the market? There's obviously been reports from Fabrizio Romano about Manchester United already speaking to Aston Villa about Oli Watkins. Now Oli Watkins is a good striker. He's a very good striker, good on the ball, but I would liken Oli Watkins to a Gabriel Jesus kind of signing. Now, obviously, what do we need in the position of the striker in Manchester United? I know our striker did not contribute in Højlund. He did not contribute in a lot of goals last season. But I think the primary thing he did not do right was keeping the possession of the ball. Now, the fact that we have Mbeumo and Cunha side by side the attacker, what we need is an attacker that will hold possession. That means primary function is to trap the ball and bring other people into play. Højlund could not do that last season, and judging from the preseason match I watched, I don't feel he's there yet. He go need time. He go need come off the bench to get him back. So what are Oli Watkins' best attributes? He knows how to float internationals. He's a hard-working striker. He's not the best finisher because you can see in his record there. You know, he scores goals, but if you have watched eye test the matches, he's not a clinical finisher per se, but he's a good footballer. Now, would he fit into the place Manchester United want for probably £30 million? Because obviously, from rumours, Aston Villa does not want chicken change. They want top money for Watkins, and obviously we have Garnacho that they need. Would I do a swap deal for Garnacho and the Watkins? I would take. If that was the last option, I would take it. Is Watkins a very good player? He's a good player, but is he what we need? I think there are better options out there. Like I said, I would liken him to a Gabriel Jesus player. He's a good player. He will bring Cunha and Mbeumo into the game more, but he will not score a lot. He will give you 10 goals, but he will not be the highest goal scorer of the team. And would that really be a problem? Not really when you have a Cunha and a Mbeumo. But for my personal first option, I would not go with an Oli Watkins. Now, the next one I would like to talk about is Nicholas Jackson. He's currently 24 years of age. Nicholas Jackson, what are his strengths? He has a good hold-up play. He's fairly a good dribbler. He can dribble. He can carry the ball. He's a fairly good carrier of the ball. He runs with the ball pretty good. Nicholas Jackson, not the alert defenders, the rest. He press defenders. But what is he not good for? The primary function of the striker, which is finishing goals. He's not the best ball striker and he's not the best finisher, which is the primary function of an attacker. Again, like a player like Oli Watkins, he would not score you 20 goals, but he will score 10 goals. But he will bring the order of the team, the Mbeumo and the Cunha into. So he would definitely do a far better job than Højlund did last season. I like Jackson, but for the right price, would I take Jackson? According to rumors, Chelsea want over 60 million for Jackson. Would I pay? No, I would not. For 40 million pounds, maybe I might collect as Jackson. If there's no longer any other option, I would take Jackson ahead of Oli Watkins. And I know why I'm saying that. And for me, Jackson, I would not say underrated though, because they miss chances. But Jackson, na player wey fit develop. He get am in am. That finishing no dey will have to be taught how to finish goals because they miss even the simplest of chances. But Jackson, he hard working with that guy. They hard working. I appreciate that kind of player. He go miss chance, he go vex you. But I feel like the noise way they get, even for his first season, he delivered for Chelsea. He missed, but he also delivered. I feel for a 40 million or probably a swap deal with the Garnacho, I would take Jackson. Next one I would like to talk about is Sesko. He plays for Leipzig. He's 22 years of age. He has this guy, the future, his potential for the future, he dey off the chart. This guy is going to be one of the best strikers in the world. What are his best attributes? This guy can run with the ball. He has Isak. I think this guy is like an Isak type player, but he's younger, he's stronger. You know, he presses, I think he presses harder than even Isak. He's good on the ball like Isak. His ball striking is his greatest ability. He can also jump. For me, if you see this guy, if you don't watch him, because I've watched matches this guy play, it's an Haaland type player in terms of the aggressiveness when this guy gets. But he's better than Haaland technically. For me, this guy, if our team were all packed, as if we're looking for one last element to complete us, you know, this would have been the guy. Because this guy's potential is off the roof. This guy can become the best striker in the next years to come. But the thing is, the team he ends up with will determine whether he really becomes the best striker. For a team like Manchester United, Sesko will struggle because Sesko na person way he go need time. Like Højlund had needed time. I believe Sesko is better, but he also need time to settle. But where Manchester United dey right now, we not really get that time. We need player who go hit the ground running. Now where Premier League proving till they come into the play, Sesko will need time. And I reckon, according to rumors, is over 18 million pounds. That's why Arsenal left the deal. Would I sign Sesko for 18 million pounds knowing what I know and knowing where Manchester United currently is? No. If I were Arsenal, I would sign Sesko. If I were Liverpool, I would sign Sesko. Real Madrid. But Sesko coming to a team like Manchester United at this point we are, he go struggle. You know, he will score goals. So. See, it can happen that we sign him and he hits the ground running. But if you have seen it happen in the past, players coming into this league, settling down, you need a team that has already settled. Now, Bruno Fernandes be the only player we don't come, we don't do so far. Come into a struggling team and keep on performing with consistency. Can Sesko do it? Until it happens, we're not going to know with that Sesko figure. For me right now, as much as I love Sesko, looking at what Manchester United are to do, Sesko is currently, I don't think is the right thing we need to go forward. I know I appreciate all the abilities. I know his potential is exponential, you know, it's limitless. This guy can be anything. But where Manchester United is now, I would rather we spend that money, that £80 million from midfield, than spending now for attacker at this current moment. And the last one I want to talk about is my favorite on the list, Jean-Philippe Mateta. Now, this guy is very underrated. He's 28. I think he just clocked 28 years of age. A lot of people will look his stats and say, this guy is not that good. But if you have watched Crystal Palace play, if you have watched Mateta, this guy is an example of what we need. He has the tacticality, the hold-up play, clinical left and right foot. He's tall. People underrate how strong Mateta is. He's a strong physical guy. He doesn't look technical, but he's very technical. One-on-one, Mateta can give you the goods. It doesn't look like it, he will give you the goods. The one thing Mateta will not have for you is running into those channels. But you see, bringing the team into play, Mateta can do it. And plus the fact that I think we need an older striker for the Højlunds and the Zexis to play behind, to come in for, to allow them the space to grow. I think we need a short-term option for the striking position and not a long-term position at the moment. I think we should hold up on the striking one. We should buy a midfielder. We should invest the bulk of the fund into a midfielder for now and buy a striker for the short term. And I feel like Jean-Philippe Mateta would fill in the position. He's good on the air. Mateta is underrated. This guy is underrated. Maybe now he looks, maybe the way they talking, maybe people know, maybe not get swag, because nowadays people they like, Gen Z like swag and all that. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, But Mateta for me, his footwork now one thing where they very underrated. Mateta has every kind of finish. Did you watch that match against Arsenal? Did you see that sheep finish he did against Ryan? Every finish, the left and the right foot, he can do it. If you see his combination and hold up play for, I think Crystal Palace will play the same formation we're playing. I think Eze and Sa play the 2-10 positions and he brings them into the play. And it's the same thing we need in Manchester United. Now I feel like if we were to go for a Felipe Mateta, he would contribute to at least 15 goals, maybe 15 goals and a few assists inside our team. Now I'm going to stand on my point saying we need a short-term option at the moment now, because when you look at the attacking pool, a lot of people wanted Jokeres before the window started. He ended up at Arsenal. Of course, I know why any clear thinking person will choose Arsenal ahead of Manchester United at the moment. If you see where we did, see what Arsenal did, of course, if Arsenal and Manchester United are coming for you at the moment, I'll go Arsenal. So I'm not going to even be angry for Jokeres or the Seskos that wanting to go to Arsenal. We are going to be left with the remnants after the top 5 teams those shoes. And when I mean the top 5 teams, I'm not talking about the Newcastles, the Tottenham and the Aston Villa, because even the Tottenhams, they're not FIFA drag players. And I think this window have proved it to everybody that, forget say Tottenham and Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, they're not going to follow Manchester United draft players. They are not big enough. Aston Villa, Tottenham, Newcastle, they are simply not big enough. But you see the Chelsea, the Liverpool, the Man Cities and the Arsenal, at this moment, they will not follow them draft players. And I think right now, none of them is going for Jean-Philippe Mateta. Like I've said on this video, if I were given the option to choose, I will go for the short-term option of a Mateta. I think he can give us 3 to 5 years. Mateta can give, I reckon it will not even cost up to £50 million. Next season, we'll start thinking about to go bigger for a much better striker. If Sesko is here available next season, I reckon we'll go for him. But I think this window, Mateta should be the guy. You let me know in the comment section which of these striking options you would choose for Manchester United, or would you go for the Isak option instead? Please do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the video as always. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.